Praise God, everybody. What up, though? Let me help you out. This is something I learned probably 10, 12 years ago. God made our being, made mankind, made us spirit, soul, and body. And he made us in a way that your spirit affects your soul and your body. Or you can say it like this. Your soul affects your spirit and your body interchangeably, right? So let me give you the anatomy, the way God made us, the way every human being is working. Your anatomy. Okay, Number one, what you spending your time doing, attending to, looking at, reading, hearing. Dominantly, that determines the way you think. So the way you think now came from what you spending most of your time attending to. So the way you think determines how you feel. You ever notice if you feel bad, you can back up and you can go back and check your thoughts. Your most dominant thoughts, what you're thinking about, what you control, that determines how you feel. So if you're feeling bad, go back and check your thoughts, your dominant thoughts. What are you thinking about? What are you watching? What are you attending to? What are you focusing on? Focus. That determines how you feel determines your decisions you make. That's why we got to live by faith and not live by how we feel, because feelings change from second to second. 1 minute you can feel good, next minute you can feel bad. So your feelings determine the decisions that you make. Now, your decisions that you make determines your actions. You have to decide to act before you act. So your decisions determine your actions, determine your habits. Because your actions, what you do over and over, how you perform, it'll become a habit once you do it over and over again. So your decisions determine your habits. Now, your decisions determine your actions. Now, your actions, what are you doing over and over again? That determines your habits, okay? So your decision determines your actions, determine your habits, determine your character. Who you've come to be known as from other people. They know you by your character. If you got good character, that's how they know you, okay? Then your character determines your destination in life. So where you are right now came from all of these different parts of your anatomy. Now, if you don't like where you at right now, it's okay. You can change it. Your destination, where you are right now, back up and look at your character is going to match your destination. If you don't like your character, back up. It's going to lead to your habits, what you keep doing over and over again. If you don't like your habits, back up. Your actions determine what your habits are, okay? If you don't like your actions, back up. Your decisions is what determine your actions, okay? If you don't like your decisions, back up. How you feel is what determines the bulk of your decisions that you make, especially if you're ruled and dominated by your feelings and your emotions. Okay? If you don't like how you feel, all you got to do is back up to the way you're thinking. What are you allowing to be your most dominant thoughts? What are you thinking about all day? Because you control that. You control what thoughts you let dominate your mind, which determine how you feel. So if you don't like those thoughts that you let dominate your mind, back up to the beginning. What are you spending your time doing? Who are you spending your time relating to, listening to? What are you focusing on the most, which is your choice? You can't blame God. You can't even blame the devil, because the devil, all he can do is inject thoughts, but it's up to you to take them and allow yourself to let his thoughts dominate your mind. Are you spending time in the Word? See, that's the reason why it's so important to make spending time in the Word. Either reading it, listening to it, or hearing it, speaking it, meditating on. If you make the Word a priority in your life, then it'll affect all these other areas, and you'll end up in the destination that God intends for you to be at, which is abundant life, prosperity, divine health, abundant in finances, delivered. All of these different anatomy steps determine the life you're living. So if you're not living the life you want to live, here's your answer. Go back and check these areas, but it's all going to begin on what you spending your time doing. So if you don't like where you at, you can change it. That's the good news. That's the point I'm trying to get across. You determine your life. You determine your destination. God has given us all of the anatomy. He's given us all the information, the software that we need in his word. But you ain't gonna know it if you ain't reading the Bible. God bless.